My first job out of college was on Wall Street, which was back in the 80s. And I was an econ major in college. My dad and both my grandfathers were commercial bankers, so I thought I was being the renegade by going into investment banking. And the concept of currency when I was a kid and first out of school was a very literal translation. Currency was the way you bought products and services. It was green dollars. That's how exchanges were made. And it's funny that the word has migrated into meaning something so much more broad than it ever did even a few decades ago. Today, currency really is about your social capital. It's about the quality of your relationships and the number of people that respect you, trust you, think of you, that open your emails quickly, that return your phone calls in a timely manner. And if you don't have that social currency, it doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. And maybe my grandfathers are rolling in their grave as I speak. But you know, currency is so much more than green dollars today. It's just embodies so much about what you stand for and what you believe in.
What relationship do you think that this rise of social currency has on actual, like the economy, on dollars and cents?
So dollars and cents aren't going anywhere. But I think your social currency just carries a lot more weight today. The tricky thing I find in this world is that people measure their worth sometimes by the number of friends they have on Facebook or how many people are following them on Twitter, or how many people they follow on Twitter. I don't buy into that definition of social currency. I think it's not so much about the quantity of the relationships, it's the quality and depth of those relationships.
You were involved in the early formative stages of Zipcar.
I was.
What was it like being involved in that kind of startup?
So I was the head of marketing at 3 different startups, and I joined all of them at a very early stage, building those brands from the ground floor. And I think I'm a bit of a startup junkie. I love building businesses and building brands. When I joined Zipcar, nobody had heard of the concept. And I felt like I was creating the next global brand. And now you fast forward a decade and the company's gone public. It has over $1 billion valuation. And it's on its way to being a great global brand. And you know, there's Zipcars all over the world now.
One of the things with Zipcars is that it was one of the very first in what we see as now being this sharing economy, or the idea of a sharing economy, which was not only about trust, but also about fostering a certain sense of community.
Absolutely.
How does that trust play into the success of new startups?
You have to build trust. I mean, people only ultimately come back. They might buy you the first time, but they don't come back and buy your product and service again unless they trust that you're an authentic brand, that you really are living up to the promises that you make. You've got to keep those promises. That's about building a great brand. One of the most interesting statistics that I heard is that on Twitter, you know, there are millions of people on Twitter, and you think of it's like, oh, everybody's having a conversation. In fact, only 10% of the people on Twitter are responsible for 90% of the tweets. Everybody else is just retweeting what they said. So there's very few kind of content producers, content originators, and everybody else is just curating the content and telling their followers what to watch or what to read. With social media, with the internet today, everybody has a platform, everybody has a voice. So the challenge is, how do you become the voice that people listen to?